on this computer. Okay, we are going to start the team meeting. We're going to hit record. We'll record probably about, I don't know, however long this training takes, about 15, 20 minutes, maybe longer. We're going to talk about the end of the month transition. So we are transitioning from the spring and summer catalog to the fall and winter catalog. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what that's going to look like. And then I'm also going to show you some of the materials that I got, some of the business materials. And then we're going to talk about, you know, end of the month stuff, but also what it looks like when it's a transition, because it looks a little bit different. So the first thing that I want to point out, I'm going to share my screen so you can see this. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing that I want to show you is, and just give me a thumbs up, Anthony, if you can see our team page. Okay, all right, so what I want to do is I want to show you a little bit about the team page, because there's some really good resources on here and how to find things when you're looking for it. So I have it set to start in guides, and I've created a guide for fall winter 2023 catalog. That means that anything, any new materials that we start to get, marketing materials, graphics, information, things like that will go on this guide. So anytime you need to find it, you'll look up here in the menu option and you just click on guides and you'll find it. But what I want to show you specifically is if you click on the search bar there, you can see I've already typed it in. If you type in transition, all of the times that I've talked about transition, or anyone has talked about transition, is going to come up in the search bar. So you'll see the very first thing on here is a video that I did on transition month and what that means. So we've already kind of talked about what transition month is going to look like. So I'm not going to, you know, go over it in great depth. Of course, if you have any questions after the recording, then I can answer those. And if you're watching this on the replay, drop your questions in the comments. But just so you know, this is here as well. You can watch that. It's got a lot of information. The other document you'll see is the one that Marie posted, where it actually has a ton of links for things that you might need to find for the fall and winter catalog information. So there's, you know, the August discontinuing products, a flip catalog, all kinds of stuff. So I just wanted to point those things out to you, and also how to find them. So that way, if you're ever on the team page and you're like, I don't really know what this information is, usually we'll hashtag it as a topic, and or you can find it using the search button. So I want to show you that. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you is inside of our, let's see, it's on the news. So if you click on the news tab, this is in your workstation. Hopefully you can see that too. There is a planning ahead document. They have it pinned to the top. So when you click on the planning ahead document, and this is true for any month, not just the transition month, it will tell you different things that you can plan for that month. This is a new feature that Sensi has been doing for us. We used to get just information like days in advance or maybe a week in advance. Now they're like really helping us get set up early so we can plan our months. So in this planning ahead document, and I pinned it or sent the link in our event discussion, so it should still live there, but I'll also add it to our team page. You will see all of the information about what is leaving at the end of the month. Because we are talking about a transition month, a little bit later this week, there will be another news article, maybe not on Thursday, because that's a little too close. Maybe on Thursday. I will also tag the link, but you'll get another news article that says all of the things that will be coming September 1st. So again, that's something that happens every single month. But this one in particular, because we're transitioning out, there's actually a lot of items that are going to be leaving. So without making you dizzy looking at it, some of the things that are going to be leaving are the August promotion join kits. Those are really, really, really great kits. The reason why the kits are so awesome in transition month is because you're going to get summer and spring items, business tools. You'll also get fall, winter business tools. And some people go, well, why do I need tools of a catalog that's leaving? The reason why is because if you want to give away free catalogs, you can hand out all of your old spring and summer catalogs. And when you're doing that, you just pop a sticker on the catalog with a QR code or your website saying, some of these items have been discontinued. See everything that's new in the fall and winter catalog. So it's a great way for you to still utilize all of those business tools that otherwise you might think, oh, I just need to throw those away. Don't throw them away. Still hand them out because people are still going to see great products. Now, if they see a product where they're like, oh, I really want that, or I really want that scent, because we do transition from more clean, fruity, floral scents in spring and summer, we transition into baked goods and things like that for fall and winter. So sometimes you'll get someone that goes, well, I want this scent. Well, that's not available anymore. That's okay. It could potentially come back in spring and summer. So you can just say, you know what, that's not available right now, but these are the new ones that are available. I'm going to write this down and let you know when it comes back. It should be returning when we transition to the next catalog, but I'll let you know because it's not a guarantee. So really utilize those old materials. Don't throw them away. They're still great materials. A lot of the warmers and everything are just going to come back anyways. Okay. So the other thing that I want to point out is that some of our limited time only offers are also going to be leaving. That happens again at like every single month when we're, moving into one month to another, you'll see products leaving. But in this particular case, we're going to see new products coming with the fall and winter. So part of what is also going to be releasing on September 1st is the Harvest collection, which is going to be a huge, huge, huge collection. So you can find all of the materials in your workstation. Again, we have that document in our team page where you can click on the links to find them. Make sure you're logged into your workstation first, because if you click on the link, it's not going to open unless you're logged into your workstation. So when you can pull up all of those digital copies of, PDFs of the actual documents, you can print them yourself. So if you're worried or you're, strapped for cash and you can't buy those, you can always download them and print them. So keep that in mind. I always say, don't spend family money on Scentsy, spend Scentsy money on family, which is, kind of what Orville tells us. So don't spend all your money if you can't afford it, download it, and then we can go over how to promote it. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'm going to jump out of this, stop sharing my screen so that I can show you guys some of the materials that I have and talk to you a little bit about how I promote the fall and winter and then the harvest collection. So I'm going to touch a little bit on social media posting and other ways that we get things out. So if you have not talked to me before, if I'm not your sponsor, we haven't done a coach call or something like that, then you might not have heard this before. But most of my people have heard where I say, Facebook algorithms are a bear. Like, they are getting harder and harder to maneuver and navigate and get your stuff in people's feed. And the reason for that is twofold. One of them is Facebook is really controlling the way the feed looks. And what that means is that they are, using more paid advertisements. And let me tell you, if you can crack the Facebook code on how to advertise and get everyone to see stuff, message me, because I feel like it's constantly changing and we're constantly coming up with new ways. So do not throw all of your money away on an ad. I will do a different training on how to maneuver the Facebook ads. Okay. So if you have a post and there's a little button that says boost this post, message me first. I don't want you to waste your money, because most times if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be wasting your money. So Facebook is changing because they've got all of this, ad stuff. And mind you, Instagram is owned by Facebook. So when I'm talking about Facebook, I'm also talking about Instagram. So that's one of the reasons why it's getting more difficult. The other reason why it's getting more difficult is because it's really focused on relationship building. It has always been a platform, a social platform for relationship building. What that means is that if you're putting up a post and you're not connecting or communicating with your audience, Facebook is not going to put your information in their feed, because the algorithms are written where, organically, there's no interaction between you two. So, in my Aunt Cindy's case. So we talk all the time. We talk via Facebook Messenger. I comment on her posts. She comments on my post. we're constantly in communication. So all of my information is going to be at the top of her feed, and all of her information is going to be on the top of my feed. That also means that if she's in any groups that I'm in, or I'm in any groups that she's in, same thing. Facebook is going to say, you guys interact, you guys are in similar groups, I'm going to send you all this information. So how does that affect your groups, right? Because some of us have VIP groups, and our VIP groups, in most cases, are private groups. So what that means is that the public doesn't see what's in that group, just the members of that group. But if you're not interacting with those members are not seeing any of your posts in that group, okay? And the reason why I bring this up is because when we're looking at marketing, and we're looking at marketing using a social media platform like Facebook and Instagram, it can be super discouraging to see that you're making all these posts and nobody's commenting, nobody's liking, nobody's buying. And you're like, what am I doing wrong? I'm posting all the time. Why is nobody interacting? Well, the reason is because it kind of looks spammy, because you're not talking to anybody. You're just posting things. The other thing that Facebook does, and it's been doing this since its inception, is it has evolved in how it can pick up the sales language in your posts. So in the beginning, you could say, use the word sale, and then it got flagged. And everyone's like, oh my God, don't add your link, don't add sale. Facebook figured it out. Okay, then people started using infographics. And an infographic, if you don't know what that is it's information in graphic form. So people were putting the word sale in a picture, and it was getting through the algorithm. So then Facebook was like, no, we recognize that picture. It says sale, okay? So it evolved. So now even an infographic that says, discount, sale, specials, any of those hot button words where Facebook goes, no, you're spamming, you can't even put it in a picture. So people have gone into videos, and Facebook changes all the time. So I'm going to say this information and people are going, nope, that's not true. So there was an emphasis on pictures. Then there was an emphasis on videos. Now we're seeing an emphasis on reels. Okay, is your head spinning? Because it's literally like, I started here and now I'm here and I'm doing it every day and nobody's interacting, and oh my God, right? I mean, it's craziness. So here's the basic bottom line. And this is what I tell my people all the time. Here's the basic bottom line. Facebook is built on relationships. And what we do is social networking. We are built on relationships. So we can work together with Facebook and Instagram. We can be successful in our marketing techniques when we are building relationships. So that's what it, Facebook is for. Now, that does not mean go on Facebook and sit there and scroll all day long. That is not a good use of your time. That's not what I'm telling you to do. What you want to do is you want to beat the algorithm. So what that means is you're going to make a post. And in this case, I'm going to use the Mickey pumpkin as an example, because that Mickey pumpkin is going to sell out, you guys. So you need to be marketing that like crazy, okay? And I do not mean throwing up a picture of it and saying it's $75, buy it, here's the link. Again, Facebook is going to catch that, okay? So what you want to do is when you're marketing, you're going to put up a post that is engaging. Most of the time, that's asking people for their opinion. People love giving their opinion, right? So you could start with something like, are you a Halloween person or a Christmas person? And you can have a picture of the Mickey pumpkin and a picture of a Christmas tree. We have plenty of graphics for Christmas warmers that will be coming out in the Christmas. So you can do an interactive post and have people start commenting. Trust me, there are people that are very clearly Christmas and people that are very clearly Halloween. So once you create that engagement post and they start commenting on the thing, then you're going to connect with every single person that has commented. So if in this case, my friend Mary comments, I'm going to click on Mary's name. I'm going to go to Mary's personal profile. I'm going to go on one of her posts and comment, right? And be genuine. Okay. You're not over on her page commenting, oh my God, I saw that you commented on my post. I know that you need this Mickey pumpkin. It's $75. Here's the link. Do not do that. Okay. You go to their page. You see their kids are back in school. Oh my God, I can't believe little Johnny's back in school. He's getting so much older. And it's genuine, like you genuinely have a relationship. Do not go to this person's page and talk about Johnny. If you don't know Johnny and you've never spoken about Johnny, trust me, people will absolutely really read into that when it's, you know, disingenuous. They will absolutely read into it. Okay. So I'm not suggesting in any way to form fake relationships. Please don't do that. So you're going to go and click on every single person that has commented. You're going to reply to their comment on your post, and you're going to go to their personal profile and you're going to connect with them. And if it's someone that you talk regularly on Facebook Messenger, just hit them up. Oh my God, I haven't talked to you in so long. How are you doing? I heard little Johnny's back in school. Whatever it is that you're building that relationship, that's what you need to do. Again, do not get stuck scrolling on Facebook. Pick 5 people. Then the next day, pick 5 more people, okay? Don't sit there and say, I need to hit every single person. Now, if you only get 1 person that comments, don't go, oh my God, I only had 1 person, Lucia, what am I supposed to do? Then you pick some of your friends. Click on your friends list. They're your friends for a reason. Hopefully you're not over there friending random people, right? So click on your friends list in Facebook and go talk to 5 people and start there, 5 people a day. Now, if I'm a chatty Cathy, I will probably keep you busy talking to me for an hour, okay? So you're gonna need to know how to get out of the conversation. Again, you're trying to work your business. You're not trying to sit there on social media all day long. So you're gonna say like, okay, Mary, I gotta go. I'll check in with you tomorrow. I gotta go, okay? You gotta find a way to get out of the conversation if you can. Again, keep it genuine. Don't be fake. I'm talking about real relationships. I'm not talking about going out and spamming people and the whole 9. So once you have created this engagement post and you're priming the relationships and all of those things, and throughout the day or the week or what have you, you're also posting about other things. You're posting about your cats. You're posting about your children. You're posting what you ate. I love posting what I ate. When you are at what we call the 80-20 split, where 80% of your stuff is non-sales related or non-Scentsy related, then you're going to drop in that 20%. Then you're going to drop in the Mickey pumpkin and you're going to say, OMG, this is going to sell out. Here's the link to order it. Okay. So it does take some pre-planning. It does take some, kind of proactive thinking. There's a lot of social media content calendars out there. I'll find a couple and, post a few so you can download them and, just write in there what you want to focus on. Things like that kind of helps sometimes when you're feeling overwhelmed or you don't really know what to do, to just kind of write it out and say, today I'm going to do my Christmas and Halloween post. And tomorrow I'm going to do my NFL post because now our NFL warmer's out. And the next day I'm going to do like, I don't know, we have skeletons coming out in our harvest collection. I'm going to post about skeletons or something. You can figure it out, just kind of lay it out. And if you need help, you can reach out to me and I'll help you do it as well. So that is how I beat the system. That is how I work within the Facebook and Instagram system. So that is me touching on social media. Okay. So I don't want to go too far into social media. I feel like that was a lot. And I don't want to kind of bombard you with all kinds of stuff. We'll talk about ads later and all that kind of stuff. But remember, we are social marketing, networking, direct sales. So social media is a tool that we use for our business. It is not our business. I know a lot of you guys are on social media. That's how you run your business. That's how you get your orders. That's all. That's great. But I will caution you that if Facebook ever shuts you down, you have no business. So it is a cautionary tale. There are consultants that have been shut completely down and have had to find a way to continue their business. Don't be that person. So social media is a tool that we can use. There is also YouTube. There's also, I use email. I use text messages. I use a program called Project Broadcast that automates my text messaging so I don't have to sit there and text message 300 people. And when I say email, I do not pay for a third-party service. I use the email in our communications tab in our Scentsy Workstation. Okay, so what I do, and this is in our team page, I have a new release system. It's a document in my Google Drive that I've shared with all of you. You can print it, post it on your wall. I have it organized in sort of an outline, so that way you can kind of go down the list and check off the things. for every single new release, including the catalog items, harvest collection, what have you. I go down that list, and these are the things that I do once we get notification that something new is coming out. So that Thursday before usually is when we get the information, that Monday when it's released or whatever release day is, and then the things that I do following if the item doesn't sell out. Now, how does that apply to the catalog? Because the catalog we get to have for what, 6 months, I think, I believe. So what's really great about the catalog, and I'll talk a little bit about the harvest collection because that's a little different. What's great about the catalog is as long as the items are in the catalog, Scentsy has to continue to fulfill those items throughout the catalog season. So you will see that they sell out, but Scentsy will continue to order them and they will continue to pop back up. What's really awesome about that is you can literally go down the catalog, and I will show you how I do this. And go down the catalog, and when you're planning your content, you literally open it up, you look at the table of contents, and you pick one. You pick one for that week, you pick one for that month, you pick one for that day, you pick one, and you focus on it. So you don't need to do a lot of work, busy work. Okay, you can keep it very, very simple. That's that's part of our mission statement, is simplicity, right? So for example, whiff box. Okay, there's a section on whiff box. If you haven't already purchased one, you can download the product guide. I believe I have one in my box. I'll show it to you guys. In the product training guide, it will actually have all of the information you need to know about the whiff box. If you don't have one physical copy in hand, you can download it from the Workstation. You can open it up and look at it and print it. But it has all the information. So maybe that whole week you focus on the whiff box. You focus on what it is. You focus on why you want to order it. You add value to the customer. Why do you want the whiff box? You add how you get it at a discounted price, all of those things. Okay. So again, this is a great tool. Very simple. Pull it out, pick one, focus on that. And that's why it's really great to stretch out the catalog. I know a lot of people will post everything in the catalog like the first day, and that's fine. You can do that because the majority of the posts that people see, they don't see everything. So if you do 5 posts a day, not everyone is going to see 5 posts. They'll see maybe one of them, and they might not see that one that day. They may see it 2 or 3 days later. Okay, so don't worry about putting a lot of posts. Like if you want to put the whole catalog up there, go for it, do it. You can, it's fine. I don't do that. That's a little too much work for me. But if you want to do that, go for it. Not everyone's going to see it, which means you have to trickle it out later. Okay. So if you put all the warmers up and nobody responds and they're like, I don't want that warmer, you got to keep posting it. And that's social media, email, text message. If you're texting everybody all of the warmers in the new catalog and nobody is ordering, trust me, you need to text it again a week later or 2 weeks later, because maybe they didn't see that text message, or maybe they saw it and snoozed it and completely forgot about it. Okay. So just because people aren't responding to you does not mean they're not seeing your content, does not mean they don't want to order it. It just means that they have their life going on right now and it's taking precedent over what you're doing. So do not internalize or personalize what's happening on the other end. Okay. It's really, really hard because we get into the comparison mindset. We think that, Mary over here is selling 30 million things and I'm selling 0 and I'm doing something wrong. No, we got to figure out what Mary's doing that you're not doing. We need to look, you just can't compare. There's no comparison. So just don't get trapped. So that's one of the things that I do with the catalog. Now, how is this different for the harvest collection? The difference is the harvest collection is a limited time only. It's like a mini catalog. It's a collection. Okay, now we're going to have one harvest and then we're also going to have one Christmas. So all of this will apply to Christmas as well. I think it's called holiday collection. And we already have that. So you can go in your workstation, you can download the brochure, you can find it there. I can link to it if you can't find it. So you can already see it printed out and what's going to be offered. I have had the question, are they going to add more? Likely, no. That will be all it is. Okay, so what that means is that collection is only available, that merchandise is only available based on what they order. There have been some cases where Scentsy goes, whoa, that sold out really fast. We can order some more before the holiday is over. So maybe like the first day, everything sells out. And it's an item that they produce in their warehouse, okay? Because mind you, a lot of our products are produced in the USA. They're able to redo them maybe within a certain amount of time, okay? So don't hold me to it when I say it will come back and you're like, Lucy, I came back. Yeah, in some cases, they will bring it back. But in the general rule of thumb is that if it's in the collection and it sells out, that's it, it's done, okay? So when you're marketing Harvest Collection, Holiday Collection, or any other LTOs, and we'll do a completely different training on LTOs so you guys can ask more questions and we can go more in depth with it. But that is when you're really creating that FOMO, right? That fear of missing out. That's when you are letting your customers know that things are not going to last. You're not telling them, hey, this is going to sell out. I mean, I tell people it's going to sell out, but I always say on the side caveat, it is my impression that this is super popular based on how many people are talking about it, consultants that are excited about it, customers that are coming to me and pre-ordering with me. I'm getting a lot of, there's a lot of attention on this item. I am really worried it's going to sell out. If you need it, you need to get it now. Okay. So that's what you're doing is you're creating a sense of urgency because it is a limited time only offer. If you have a customer that's like, that's going to go on sale, I'm going to wait, or yet, yeah, I don't know, we'll see. What I always tell people is, and I have been groomed by Disney, you guys. Disney has groomed my butt. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to Disneyland and saw something I wanted and was like, I'll just get that next time. And then I go back and it's gone and it never comes back. Okay. But there are times when I go, I'll get that next time. And then there's like a billion of them. Or I buy it that day and then I go back and it's sold out. And then like 2 months later, there's a billion of them. And I'm like, what? Okay. So this is what I tell people. I say it just like that. I've been groomed by Disney, guys. Like I tell my customers this, my family, my friends, everyone. If you see something and you need it, grab it. If you're worried about the price point, you should be a consultant, period. If you're going to sit here and tell me you cannot afford that, or more so, I don't want to pay that, then the next thing out of my mouth is like, well, then why aren't you a consultant? Because you could be getting that commission, that 20%, that 25%, that 30% off. If you really have a problem with the pricing, I'm not in control of that, but here's something you can be in control of. You can be a consultant and get that commission back, right? So that's what you tell people. I can't do nothing about that, but you can do something about that. You can become a consultant and get that 20, 25, or 30% off, right? Make it a them problem and not a you problem. Because I will tell you that our pricing is very, very in line with Disney items. It's very in line with the rest of the economy. It's very in line with, you know, what's happening right now around the world with manufacturing shortages and shipping issues and all that kinds of stuff. And I have talked to people at home office in Scentsy. They're doing everything that they can to keep our products, our reoccurring products, at the same price. They do not want to put the price of the manufacturing and et cetera that they're dealing with. They don't want to put that price on our customers, AKA on us. They are hearing us and they're doing everything that they can to make sure that they are not raising prices. So just know that they're doing the best that they can, and moving forward, new products moving forward will be at more of an increased price because that's the way of the world. But products, backwards historically, they're trying to keep those the same. Okay. So that is the difference between a Harvest collection and a catalog collection. So the Harvest, Holiday, these smaller limited time only collections, you create the urgency, you let your customers know this is limited time only. If it's a bar, they can add it to their Scentsy Club, right, as a subscription, so that if it gets discontinued, they'll continue to make it. So that's how you're going to be marketing the two different things. So what does that look like? Because that's a whole lot of talking. What does that look like? Okay, so this is what it looks like. Mickey Pumpkin, okay? I'm going to use that example because this sucker is going to sell. And I'm telling you, everyone is getting pre-orders. So what does that mean? Mickey Pumpkin, as well as the Harvest collection and the Fall and Winter collection, those are our collections that typically launch in the middle of the night. Why? Because we are making a complete catalog transition, meaning, and this is true of other months, right? So all of those items that transition over, that transfer over for the month. So our August whiff box that moves into our September whiff box, our August scent of the month that transfers into our September, those all have to happen at midnight, right? Because someone can't go on your website at 10 in the morning and be like, it's September 10 in the morning. What is happening, right? It has to happen at midnight. So, and I'm saying midnight Pacific Standard Time for those of you on the East Coast. I'm so sorry. 3 in the morning is a little too early. You might as well pull an all-nighter, guys, for Mickey Pumpkin, okay? Which I know a lot of people are. But all of those things have to transition over. So a lot of people are like, yeah, but our regular releases are at 10 a.m. Why is it this? It's because it has to, right? The harvest, I guess they have some wiggle room, but they do it all at the same time. So what that means is that I know that my customers are going to want Mickey Pumpkin. They're not going to necessarily be up at midnight, okay? I want to help them with that. You don't have to do this. I want to help them with that. I'm going to take a pre-order. So what does that mean? A lot of consultants will say, I'm taking a pre-order. And I've had customers say to me, Lucia, this chick over here, Mary, is saying that she'll pre-order this for me. So I'm going to go order it with her because she's going to get it before you. And I'm like, whoa. No, everybody gets it at the same time. Consultants and customers get the items at the same time. There are very few items that we actually do get ahead of time. So what I say to people is, yes, I call it a pre-order because that's the term that everyone kind of understands, but I explain it out. What that means is that you are ordering ahead of time with me. I personally don't collect money, but I know consultants do, and it is within compliance to collect money. I believe it's 5 days in advance. So if you have any compliance questions, you can always message consultant support or check your workstation. But you are allowed to take money prepayment within a certain amount of days. You cannot take it 30 days ahead of time. I know that for sure. So what I do is I say, you know what, you're going to order with me ahead of time. I'm either going to take payment or not payment. I am going to be up at midnight. I'm going to go into my workstation or use my PWS, my personal website, and I'm going to order it for you. And then because I don't take payment ahead of time, in some cases, I will send them an invoice later. One of the things that I use, I'm just thinking this right now when I say I don't take prepayment, I actually do when I create a Jot form. So a Jot form is a third-party site that creates a form that they can fill out where they can check off the things that they want. And my Jot form is set up to take payment. So I do it when I'm using Jot form. So just so you know. We can have another training about Jot form if you want to use it. And so that is the only difference. I am ordering at the same time that they can order. I am just doing it as a service for them. And I tell them that I'm doing this as a service. So if you can get in there before me, because I have 10 pre-orders and you are one person, you should get in there. But if you're a teacher and you're not going to be up, or you're a nurse and you're going to be in a surgery or something, I will absolutely grab it for you, right? I will provide that service. You don't have to. It's not a requirement of being a consultant. A lot of people don't do pre-orders because they can sell out. And it's very disappointing to get back to your customer and say, you know what? It sold out before I could get it. I wasn't able to get in the queue. It's gone. I'm so sorry, right? You have to be very upfront about that. This is not a guarantee for a product, okay? So marketing Mickey Pumpkin. I am going to make a post as soon as I have the information. I'm going to put a post up and say, oh my gosh, this Mickey Pumpkin's coming out. Like I said, use the engagement post, prime the Facebook, the Instagram, get it up there. I'm going to take our marketing materials, our licensed marketing materials, do not modify them because that is against compliance. I'm going to take those marketing materials. I'm going to create a reel because remember we talked about Facebook is giving emphasis to reel. Instagram is going emphasis to reel. I'm going to create a reel. I'm going to post the reel. I'm going to add things to my stories. I'm going to do all of these things on social media. Again, refer to my new release document because it has it all there. And then I'm going to send out an email via the workstation on the communication tab. I'm going to say, oh my God, this is coming out. It's going to sell out, you guys. And in your communication tab, you can create a list. So my distribution list is called customers. It will go to all of my customers. Okay. So I send that out and I'm like, oh my God, who needs a pre-order? Because I'm offering pre-orders. Then I do a text message, again, project broadcast, all of my customers, oh, it's coming out, what are you gonna do? And then direct conversation. It's about building relationships, about talking to people. So don't just leave it there. Go down your list of people you know and say, who would want this Disney pumpkin? I had a thought, and my Aunt Cindy's listening right now. So I'm gonna share it right now on screen recording, because this is a great example. My Uncle Billy loves Disney. He loves Disney. Loves Disney. He messages me the other day, never talked to me, ever. Messages me the other day and says, can you get this item, this Disney item? And I'm like, what is the Disney? It's a Disney pumpkin. Yes, it's a Disney jack-o'-lantern, because Disney right now is offering it, the light up Disney pumpkin, and he cannot get his hands on it. And apparently he's been driving down to Disney, downtown Disney, to try to purchase it. Yeah, I'm down the street, Uncle Billy. You can come and say hi, by the way. So he's been coming, trying to get this pumpkin. He's like, I'm going to message my niece because she loves Disney. She's going to find a way to get me this pumpkin. Well, guess what? I'm going to message his wife and be like, hey, since he has this little pumpkin right here, maybe you should just get one of these because I can get it for you. Right? Yes. Yes. That is a perfect example of why our license agreement with Warner Brothers and Disney and NFL brings all of these new customers to us, to Scentsy, because you are showing, you're listening to your people, right? That's my uncle, that's my aunt. They're not customers, they're family. So I'm listening to these people who have a need. I'm saying, oh my God, I can fill that need. And I'm showing the value of my product by explaining why they need it, right? I mean, no one needs a Disney Mickey pumpkin. That's debatable. But that is a great way to get somebody involved in Scentsy who might otherwise have been like, oh, why would I do that? What is Scentsy? I don't care. I don't need smelly stuff in my house. And all of the items that we have, you don't have to use wax with them. There's no rule that says must use wax, right? It's a collector's piece. It's gorgeous. It lights up. It's Disneyland Mickey pumpkin, guys, like in your house. Like, do you need another excuse? No, you don't. So again, that is how I market items that are being released, right? So I use social media as my tool. I use email, I use text message, and I do direct communication with people that I know that this product is something they need, they need it. So I hope that was a good example. So some of the things that we covered, because I think that we've been on for, I try to keep it to half an hour. So the things that I covered so far are, we talked about, what does a transition month look like? We talked about what does an end of the month look like? I mean, right? So a transition month really is just sort of an addition to an end of the month. Things like the whiff box change, the scent and warmer of the month change. Products will leave. They'll go into the vault. They'll be discontinued. You're going to want to add your bars to your Scentsy Club because those are going to be discontinued. So all of those things already happen at the end of the month. Then, and there's a document to look at, right? In Workstation, we talked about the planning ahead document. So all of those things happen naturally at the end of the month. But this particular month is a transition month, meaning we're going from one catalog to another. So we talked about how that's different. We talked about how to market the catalog, right? So you're just going to pull out your catalog. You're going to open your table of contents. You're going to get to know this book. This book better have ripped edges and coffee all over it and crumbs and cheese. Like this sucker better look like you are living with it, right? Because we're going to be working on this for the next 6 months. So we talked about what that looks like. And then we talked about these additional collections and how that's different from the catalog. They're limited time only. You really need to create a sense of urgency. You need to inform your customers that do not wait for a sale. These are products that, could sell out and may not, be available. Add the bars to your Scentsy Club, that there is a time specific, limit to these items and they could be gone. Okay. So we talked about the difference between a catalog and a collection. We talked about, literally ran through Mickey Pumpkin as an example of how we market these things, how to deal with the Facebook algorithms. Okay. One of the things I did not touch on because honestly, it is not something I do a lot of, but we will touch in other trainings, is how to leverage parties, personal shopping links, vendor events, borrow bags, all of these different methods that we use to sell, AKA what I say share, because I'm not in the sales business. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the share business. All of these different things that we use to share, we didn't really go into those because we'd be talking for like an hour, right? So we'll do separate trainings on each one and we can talk about it. And if you have any questions about any of those with me specifically, you can drop them in the comments. We can set up a coach call and we can create an individualized plan for you. And I can help you with those different sales, the different ways to sell or share, whatever word you prefer. But in this case, I wanted to touch a little bit about social media because I am seeing it as such a deterrent right now. I'm seeing a lot of consultants that are coming post-COVID. I have a really great podcast that I listened to by a woman named Kristen Boss. She did a podcast on post-COVID, direct sales, and really how we got used to how easy it was to share information on social media in COVID because everyone was at home. Everyone was on their computers. People were working from home. So everyone got really used to this ease of like putting it up and getting a lot of interaction and a lot of, looks and all that. And then now are struggling with what is going on. Well, it's always been this way over here. You just got really spoiled with it over here. So I don't want you to internalize it. I don't want you to give up. I constantly drive home that this is about consistency. This is a marathon. This is not, a quick little jog. You are in this for the long run. So the building blocks today are going to feel like you're not doing anything sometimes, but trust me, I've been doing this for a little over 5 years now, and I see the results. So stick with it. Don't be discouraged. Don't get stuck in the comparison trap. But definitely have a very clear plan because you can get all muddled up in social media. You could waste a lot of time there. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the record and we are going to get into a Q&A session. So if you are not on my team and you're watching this at a replay, you probably want to join my team. And if you're in my team and watching this on the replay, then you're not going to see the Q&A. So you need to be in the next team meeting and or set up an appointment so we can talk about the stuff. All right, we're going to turn off now.